Hello, interrogating tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play XCOM Apocalypse, or XCOM 3 if you want, with me, BlueAnkylo. To start with, if I sound a little different in this episode, it's just because I've moved my microphone around a little bit. I'll do some research, or investigation, I guess, after the episode is over to see how the levels are. It looks okay to me, but if I sound a little different, that's all that is. So, anyway, last episode we shot down a bunch of UFOs and mostly stopped them probably from infiltrating, although nothing shows up on the alien infiltration graph. But we know that they definitely dropped something in this building. If you remember the end of last episode, we saw, whichever one that was, this one. We saw the aliens dropping something off, so we're pretty much 100% sure we gotta go here to deal with it. We've got a interceptor. I haven't renamed the interceptors yet. I'll get around to that eventually. And we've got 12 brave soldiers ready to go to work. So without further ado, let's get dangerous. We'll also probably check the neighboring buildings just in case there's some spread, but hopefully we've got the only main one right here. Also, yes, now that we've got a biotransport module, we will be trying to capture one of each species, including these are the multi-worms, the brain suckers, the arthropods, the acid spitters. Now, I think technically if you capture a hyperworm, or a multi-worm, you also end up capturing a hyperworm, which is inside of them. And then brain suckers are actually fairly easy to catch anyway, so it's not a big deal. Alright, well, we've only got 6 people, because that's, or sorry, we can only have 12 people, so 2 groups of 6, because that's all our current interceptor can carry. We'll probably try to improve that before too much longer. Let's go! Alright, I'm not very good at identifying aliens by sound effects, although I'm sure there's a way to do that at some point. Let's throw down a save, just because. We'll just call this third from the bottom. This can be our mission backup. That way I can keep the main saves for like the beginning of the episode, so if I lose some footage, which does happen, then I can just reload at the beginning of the episode rather than try to figure it out. So let's see, where do our team start? We've got 1 in the bottom left, technically 2 in the bottom left and 1 in the bottom right. I'm not super familiar with this map layout. I assume there's a little room right here, but probably the majority of stuff will be up here. And I bet you it's another sort of 2x2 grid. I think we're still getting pretty small missions here for the most part. So I'm thinking this squad will head into the room, and this squad will probably head along to the next area kind of thing. So maybe instead of opening these doors right on turn 1, we'll just sort of set up right in front of them. Generally, I would say you probably don't run into too many aliens within your starting movement range. It's not like you never will, but I guess also we probably should have checked the elevators. I forgot about that. So this goes up to another floor. Well, we'll send Brave KTTC up here just to have a quick peek. Looks safe enough for now, so she's just gonna sort of guard this vantage point. If an alien, I guess there's another door there too. If an alien comes in here, she's got some shots. You know, she's got some chance to survive. And then the rest of these not fools, these brave soldiers, they're gonna turn to make sure they're facing the door and save their time units. Now, for the next squad, before I forget, let's send a couple people up to check. Well, this is great! This is actually really, really good. Yeah, this is totally fine. So I'm gonna want to use a smoke grenade, or a stun grenade. Although I'm gonna send someone else with a machine gun up and try to kill most of the spitters, because I don't want to try to capture all of them. There's even a brain sucker there. Oh man, this has got the whole... Alright. Let's make sure there's nothing else like ambushing us right here. Alright, so if you walk to here... Hopefully the aliens don't get too many reaction shots. But on turn 1, they don't seem to usually get much. So I want to try to capture Arthropod, Spitter, Brainsucker, and one of these. Maybe both of those if I can arrange it. Okay, one of them finally woke up a little bit. Hyperworms are looking at us. Alright. And honestly, this is Rodica here who's just jumping right into danger. If we knock... I think it's a her, technically. I think that's usually the character. If she gets knocked unconscious by the stun gas, that's fine. I don't... Okay, she took a bit of a wound there. Come on, just kill this guy quick. Alright, we're good. Everything else we can try to stun. Alright, that'll just make our job a little bit easier. And if she gets knocked unconscious, she's actually probably safer anyway, honestly, at that point. So I want the stun grenade to go off around here. Everything should be covered in smoke. No arc of throw. How about here? Pretty good. That's about right. Okay. So let's start with a couple shots here. We're a little bit far away. Okay, the other thing, if I'd saved more TUs, we could have, like, run everybody out behind the doors. They would have wandered around in the smoke, and it would have been more likely they'd fall asleep. Alright, good. So that one... what happened there? We shot and missed. The Arthropod tried to spend its own time units to fire, but fell unconscious while trying to shoot, which is actually just fine. That actually hit the multi-worm. That's fine. Well, that one died. Dang it. So, sometimes they still seem to die before they get captured. This might be bad for Rodica. Okay, you know what we should try to do? Where are all my robots? Did I put... Oh, one of my robots is injured. That's why they're not here. One robot's over here. It's the reason I ask is because the robots have the stun grapple. I wasn't forward thinking enough to bring a bunch of stun grapples. If I had a bunch of stun grapples, we could just stun all these. Well, we could have stunned the brain sucker and you know what? Let's just not be super dumb. Let's just kill the thing. It's fine. It's better than letting it one-shot somebody. And... Alright, we got a few shots into it. I bet you this multi-worm will probably fall unconscious fairly quickly if it moves around in the gas, but we haven't really hit this other one yet. So someone else is going to have to try a couple aim shots. Maybe we'll go with the Neil here. And at least, see how much is aimed? 7 TUs? I think I'll go with the 3 TUs per shot and see if we can no line of fire. Because this guy's in the way. That's not what I wanted at all. I mean, I was handed a really nice opening here, and I've kind of been messing this up a little bit. For capturing everything, anyway. It's hard to say just how many shots everything takes. Like, I'm not used to machine guns. Like, I've said before, I'm kind of used to playing near the end game, where we've got much more powerful weaponry. And try to kill that multi-worm if I can. Oh! Well, I don't know what Mr. C was doing. I clicked over here. He ran up and then into the gas. So he did not follow orders very well. These guys have explosive, which... Okay, let's try this a little bit more... accurate. Okay, so... Again, I don't really want to explode everything right now. Try snapshots. Yeah, it didn't work. Rapid fire. We did not kill it at all. Alright, this has not been exactly going according to plan. So the current strategy will be... Maybe on reaction fire, Fox will be able to kill the multi-worm before it causes us more problems. maybe the worm will fall asleep on its way over. You know what? I think the best chance of survival here will be even more smoke in there, especially if I can angle it kind of this way. There, now the worm will start its turn in the smoke, and it'll be a little bit more likely for it to pass out. Well, let's see what happens. A couple people fall unconscious, that's fine. The multi-worm was traveling around. I bet you it's nearly asleep, though. And then all went quiet. Alright, this has been interesting. I don't think anyone died, though, so we've got that going. A few people might be unconscious, but that's no big deal. Gas starts to dissipate. So, I'm pretty sure I accidentally killed all the spitters and the brain sucker, but the anthropod should be asleep. And maybe one of the worms. Not the big ones, but the little ones. So, one of the tricks I've learned is an unconscious alien can wake up, especially if you're not using stun grapples. But if you leave someone standing on their corpse, you can't see their corpse here like you could in, what you call it, the older XCOMs, the original, the OG. I call it OG, the original gangster. But yeah, actually that's nice. That's a new weapon for us to research. So that's good that we've got the biotransport and stuff. We can take all these cool things. Anyway, you can't see the corpse, but if you're on the tile where they fell unconscious, they can't wake up, as far as I'm aware. I mean, that's the idea here. So where did the worm go? The big one. There we go. Line of sight. Everyone's favorite. Alright, I would really like to capture at least this with gas. I feel like that would be a win for us. Alright, it should be pretty well gassed over there. Just want to do a little bit more damage to it. Alright, that was perfect. It didn't say it went unconscious, but because we don't have a alien murdered, whatever it says, hostile unit has died, we can't, it doesn't give us, okay, even more clear, we win. That was a really easy mission. Like, there wasn't even very much to do. Just capture a couple aliens. Yeah, great! Good job, Rodica. You might have got a small injury, but you killed a bunch of acid spitters, and you survived. And you got promoted. It's win, win, win. Alright, and then the other thing I wanted to do with this ship, while we're out this direction, let's go pick up, oops, wrong button. Let's go pick up the rest of this UFO. It's just a scout, so no mission, but we might as well bring it back. I don't know if we actually get any real resources out of it. I actually don't think we recover any guns off of it or anything, but might as well bring it back anyway. Maybe we get some points. Okay, we got our first actual alien containment selection here. So, one thing that we didn't see on that map, there were alien eggs. But at the end of the mission, even if they're alive, you just capture them. So let's select one of those for research. We did capture a brain sucker. We did capture a multi-worm. Well, actually, we captured a hyperworm. The hyperworm will give us the well, we've got lots of storage space. We'll bring one of each. We captured an anthropod. We don't need the corpses if we have the live version, because the interrogation phase will kill them and then we can do the autopsy. But I didn't get a living spitter, so we'll bring one of those. That's actually really successful. We've got one brain sucker ready to go, multi-worm ready to go, hyperworm ready to go. It's the multi-worm has hyperworms. I always mix that stuff up. Got our anthropod. We don't need these two or those three, but we do need them. Okay, I think that's everything. It's just inventory, like containment space is relatively limited, so I didn't want to just throw them all in the cage. And everything else gets burned. All right, well, we should have stuff to research, so let's get going. So, we've got spare researchers for later. Quantum physics. Let's learn about that beam weapon. That's good. Nice and early for that. And biochemistry. Let's learn about... There's a couple key texts to research, and I haven't memorized them all, but I think it's basically researching the worms And the eggs and stuff that give you some of the best... Did I not bring one of the alien eggs in? Maybe you don't get a chance to research them till later. But there's some very important unlocks you'll get by doing specific sets of autopsies and interrogations. I'm going to start with the Anthropod anyway, because he's like kind of one of your standard enemies. Same thing with Brainsucker. You know what? Let's start with the Brainsucker. I bet you it's the fastest. Just because it's like the smallest enemy. Alright, we're still building biotransport. We're going to interrogate a live Brainsucker. Unlike some of the XCOMs, most of the aliens here don't really talk or anything, so I'm not sure how the interrogation works. And then we're going to learn about this beam weapon. Perfect. Alright, let's put a save in here. And this is just going to be a temporary check because it's possible that some of the adjacent buildings will have aliens in them as well. We did... Is it this one? I forget. We'll save it when we get the transport over. I always mix these up. Alright, so we'll save it here, and then we'll just check the buildings around, just for my nerves, basically. So we select people, check for aliens. No aliens. Alright, let's check the one beside it. And... no aliens. This is looking promising. And I'll check the one this way just in case. I have seen them spread really weirdly before. And I just would hate for that to happen during the Let's Play and then find out in a week that there's aliens halfway across the entire city. I bet you there's nothing, like I initially expected, but... check one last one and then... yeah, okay, good. Easy. I know this is kind of save scummy, but the game doesn't do a terribly good job of explaining... showing where the aliens are. Like, I think I've mentioned before. If aliens infiltrate a building... eventually, it will try to show some of them on this. And from here, you can try to figure out which building they're in. Eventually, there'll be a message that says alien spotted. You've seen that. There'll be a black or a red circle around the building. But if you wait until that happens, they're already in the buildings around it, generally. So if we had waited until they told us this building was infiltrated, rather than going immediately, then in a day or two, suddenly there'll be a red circle. Oh, I got to go do a mission. Sure, no problem. If you thought that was good... you'd be in for a bad time because you'd always be behind, and eventually this chart would start to catch up and you'd be like, wait a second, something fishy's going on. But then you'd spend like, I don't know, 5 to 10 missions just cleaning stuff up, and it's, I don't know. It's hard to stay ahead anyway. So, I'm just going to leave it like this for now. We're almost at the end of the day. We just had our UFO attack. I was thinking about doing some more raiding, but I'm not in a huge rush for that. Other than I could use some more money to build our second base or start our second base, but let's not rush that too much. We'll have 2 days to the lab, so probably at the next 24-hour cycle, like at 12 o'clock, we should probably research a couple spare scientists, because the next one will actually have more the ability to research faster. Or 2 at a time, essentially. Oh yeah, also there could be some equipment to sell, so we're not really gathering a lot of goods just yet, especially from a small mission like that. But no Brainsucker launchers, okay, never mind. And maybe just the one... the artifact was the one we're researching, which has probably been consumed. Okay, never mind. I thought there might be something to sell. Alright, never mind, let's just go. Bam, end of the day. We got lots of points. I'm actually pretty happy with this. Can't remember what day we started, but we're maybe 4 days into it, so maybe halfway done the first week, and we've got lots and lots of points. Vehicles getting all rearmed and repaired, soldiers getting healed up. Actually, people heal up, I find, really quickly in this game. As long as you have, enough spots for them in the medbay, which is, it's quite roomy. You can actually fit, you can get quite a lot of healing done in a short amount of time. So, we've got more potential rookies. Let's see, we got hybrid, robot. So, 2 humans that are acceptably talented. Still got in recruitment space, and another robot. So that puts us at 3 robots and, I don't know, quite a lot of agents. I would like to keep the total number of agents around 20, because 2 training areas will cover 20 of them. Although that could include some hybrids if I feel like it. And then nothing great for biochemists. unfortunately. Which is a shame, because I need to start recruiting for my second biochemistry lab here soon. Really good quantum physicist, though, so we'll get that one hired. We'll hold on to them, because probably should have been a bit more ahead of time. Ooh, look at that, 100. Really good engineer. And anybody else? 98, really good engineer. But I won't hold on, I won't preemptively hire anyone at, like, in the 80s. We'll stick with the 97s and 100s and stuff. Alright, so tomorrow, the quantum physics and biochemistry lab will get built. Now, there might not be a lot of quantum physics for us at the moment, but don't worry, once we start getting different UFOs, there'll be tons of stuff to research. So, just early on, if you want to rush just one lab, rush the biochemistry lab so you can get 2 of these going quicker. But the quantum lab could wait a little bit longer. And the same thing with the workshop. You don't need it super, super early, but eventually there'll be lots of good stuff to build. All right, that's good. Let's just save it. I mean, let's just back up. We're pretty much fine at this point. And we'll let a little bit of time go by. Actually, I should check. Whenever you let some time go by, like a few hours go by, it's not a terrible idea to check the infiltration bar. All right, people have showed up. We finished our first research. I figured the brain sucker would research quickly. So this is our simplest enemy creature, basically. The lifespan of a brain sucker is very short, 8 hours at most. It has no reproduction or feeding system. Instead, it attacks human victims by grasping the head with its claws and inserting its proboscis into the victim's throat. The brain sucker dies immediately after a successful attack, but our tests reveal that the victim is subsequently transformed into an alien-controlled entity. We have seen that twice. Sorry, you two that got brain sucked. We will not understand the mechanism which causes this until we have completed studies on the full alien life cycle. So yeah, we don't know too much about how these things work, other than they're pretty good at sucking human brains. Next, we could do the autopsy on it as well. Sure, why not? We'll just... I don't know if there's probably, if you're a pro at Apocalypse, you're probably saying, Blue, do this, this, and that one. And actually, that does... Okay, let's get that going right now. As soon as I think this is just once you finish any autopsy or interrogation, you get this immediately. And the sooner we research this, the sooner we can start building it. So yeah, just get that going. And I know I just started building the first biolab, and probably having 2... small labs and 1 large lab is probably a little bit inefficient, but it's fine. Or just unnecessary anyway. So what I've done is I've recruited more. I should have done this earlier. Technically, I could have min-maxed here. We would have had faster research if I'd switched these guys out, but I think it's probably... Look at that score. That's crazy good. Quantum physics is just ready to go crazy. And then I don't have any spare biologists yet. But we could be crafting faster as well. Still, that's great. 485, 489, that's amazingly fast. That's almost the maximum. 500 being the max. That's almost as fast as you can possibly craft. So that's good. All right, we got a couple more recruits. I will need to name them. I'll probably name them between episodes because for whatever reason, my text file that's open, I can't read right now. How long has this been? 20 minutes? Oh, we're not done yet. Let's keep going. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another UFO attack either today or tomorrow. Looks like it's tomorrow. All right, quantum physics, training area, biochem. Cool. So let's see. I feel like we're being really productive early on here. We've got 2 new labs. Unfortunately, there'll be nothing for biochemistry to research. Or, sorry, for quantum physics to research until the next alien attack. Hopefully. But biochemistry, if I can get some spare scientists, we can definitely do 2 at a time. Definitely. So hopefully we have some new biochemists. Well, it's better than nothing. I definitely should have preemptively recruited a couple mid-70s or something, just so I had 3 ready, or 5 ready to go for this, but... 88, I'm not... Well... You know what? I'm pretty sure we can afford it. We're getting a little bit low on money, but it's fine. And then engineer, basically have to be like 100 to be worth it. And I still wouldn't mind a couple more soldiers, so this will just give me more people to name at the end of the episode. So, actually, hold on, let me just count here quick. How many agents do we have? Just because I don't want to go too crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 per page. So that's 16, 17, 18, 19. 3 of them are robots. So we only have a total of 16 people training. And 20 is our maximum for the training. And I don't want to build any more training areas, so that's fair. Also, I need to set the new recruits to train. Anyway, this brings us up to 22 total, which is definitely quite a lot. They were all not... I didn't even look at them. They were not hybrids, though, right? Because I still don't really want hybrids. I wish this sorted a little bit better. Sorry, everybody. I'm pretty sure it's fine, though. The one with sectoid eyes I skipped. We'll maybe recruit a sectoid later, but, you know, for now, this is good. So let's get those people in. Just real quick, like that. Bam. And then let's make sure everyone's training so that we at least get some passive stat increase. It'll be just the rookies that need to be double-checked here. Make sure everyone's working out in the gym, getting all swole. I think it only trains at the end of the hour or end of the day, so you definitely can get a lot of stuff done in between ticks if you're not lazy. Oh, android. Okay, so we got 3 androids. Good. I guess I should rename these people. Why can't I see? You might lose the bottom of the screen for a second. Let's see. Or the whole video might pause. We'll see. Is that still working? All I did was change from full screen to windowed mode, but sometimes these games... little finicky. Okay, now I can see my text list. Something about full screen means I can't see a text document on my second monitor. It's... you can actually see... it's not supposed to show. Just a second. There we go. Technical difficulties, everyone's favorite. All right, let's go add some names. You guys probably want to see who gets added in, right? I feel like that's not too crazy. You guys you submit your names. You want to know when you get added and who you get. All right, so this one, the next name on the list. We made it as far as Mr. C last time on my list. Now we will add PC Snob. Great name. And we'll worry about armor and stuff. Well, I guess it's first come, first serve for now. We might have a little bit more soldiers than we can quite arm up at the moment. Then we've got... these are all old names. Sarah's new. So the next one is Taylor Harvey. And I do apologize if you asked for a specific gender or class. There really isn't anything like that in... well, there's genders, obviously. But there aren't really classes in XCOM Apocalypse. So we don't have, like, medics and snipers and stuff. Everyone is just what they are. And if I bring soldiers with sniper rifles, they won't be as good, or they won't get used as much as soldiers that have just a machine gun or an assault rifle, or whatever they're called, the mini cannons. I have to bring weapons that are useful, otherwise you won't get used. Someone could say, bring someone with only grenades, and they just sit there at the back most of the time. Alright, so at this point I'm running out of armor. So the next one is Blanket, Lucky Blanket. And that's all you've got to keep yourself safe right now. So, I shouldn't be sending Blanket on missions. I'm just gonna go NE for no equipment. Because I don't want to... anyone that has an NE, I'm not going to take on a mission until I can buy them armor or build them armor. So you're off limits for a little while. But you're the next one on the list anyway. And then Panda's here. And Ace. And same thing, I'm just giving you a symbol so I can remember not to bring you on missions and get you killed with no armor. No armor is pretty bad. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys, right? Each piece of armor has like 30, 40 protection on it for this base armor. It's pretty solid, actually. Like, the best armor in the game only has like 70 or so. So you're not even that far off of like as good as it gets. And then we've got 2 more people. We've got King Sarius. There's a name that I've heard before once or twice on the channel. Shift letters have a hard time typing in. If you're playing this game, you know, thumbs up for trying to type in capitals in the name. Oh, also I should add that NE for now. And then Victor Pierce. This gives you a good idea of who your stats are too. So this time we get Sir, another Sir, Danny. Now I don't know if this whole thing is gonna fit in, but we'll try. The Merciful, and I can give you okay. I'm just gonna put it here. I'll remove that from the name once we've actually got equipment, obviously. So that's my next set of agents. Actually, the next thing on my list are the resurrections. So after this will be the 3 that died terribly early on. And then after that, I'll continue with the newer recruits that have been leaving comments on the episodes 1 and 2 that have been posted already. All right, well, what else to talk about? Unfortunately, when the day passes, there aren't any new equipment. So, like, I could technically buy 2 out of your 5 armor sets, but that's no big deal, right? I think what I want to do here, actually, is a raid or 2, because I'm running pretty low on money. Once we get to the end of the week, we'll make a little bit, but I would like to get my second base started soon-ish, and then I could start splitting up my my agents, because, you know, my interceptor can only carry 12 right now anyway. So if I had 2 bases with an interceptor, they could each carry 12, and that would be, I would prefer. Now, I could just have 2 interceptors in the same base, you'd say, but, you know. So, let's just see what the Cult of Sirius is up to. They're already negative 47,000 in the hole. Darn. It's gonna make me cry. You know what? Why don't we fit in a quick, serious raid here at the end of today's episode. I know it's already been 30 minutes, but I feel like these Apocalypse, these old school games, we can go 40 to 60-minute episodes fairly regularly. So what I will do to maximize here is we don't need biotransport because the Sirius has not been infiltrated by aliens. They will eventually have aliens in their bases if you let them get infiltrated. So you fight both the cultists and the aliens at the same time. But for now, there won't be any because they haven't had a chance to get infiltrated. So we can bring more soldiers on our Valkyrie, basically. And to do that, we need to actually assign a few. So don't bring any of the NEs. For now, I'm just sort of starting at the top. I don't really have a preference here, per se. Although, actually, 2... No, because I'm not worried about stunning. Like I was going to say, the robots are kind of my stunners right now because they can carry lots of stuff. But there's nothing to capture, really, on these kinds of missions. So that doesn't really matter. Don't worry, the rest of you guys, you'll get missions soon enough. Alright, so especially if I build that second base, that's a lot easier for me to diversify who goes on what missions. Which I feel like, you know, if you're going to put your name in and I get a couple dozen names, I want to be able to bring more than just the same 5 people over and over again. That's one of the perks here. So with that, let's pick a building. So the first time I raided was this one. You guys saw that one on camera. I raided this building afterwards and then this building after that. So those are the 3 buildings I've hit so far. I feel like it's only fair to hit each of their bases, like, you know, once. So I think maybe we'll go to this one next. Luckily, they're all kind of pink on the minimap, which makes it easy to know where to fly. Let's go do that. This will be the Temple of Doom. All right. These usually go fairly quickly, honestly, so no need to worry. Now, I think I've brought 16 altogether, so we'll have to do 3 groups. But that's better than 4 groups of 3, like I tried that one time. So, at least everyone will have, like, at least 5 people to watch your back, kind of thing. Alright, that should be fine. And I just remembered that I didn't equip all the new recruits. So PC Snob doesn't have a gun yet. I can do something about that, though, here. But what's going to happen then is... Yeah, I definitely messed that up. We're just going to borrow this terribly bad sniper rifle, because that's the only extra weapon we'll have. Yeah, I got a little bit excited and rushed here. Well, looks like for one mission at least, PC Snob gets to rock a laser sniper rifle. So you guys get a chance to see if it's amazing or the opposite of amazing. Alright, that'll have to do. The best I can do on a short notice, because I totally forgot. Alright, let's save it here in raid mode, and let's get this done. Let's get this out of the way. So it still looks like a fairly small map. I think it's still just 2x2. Pretty sure. Yeah, you can't select any squares over there. So let's get it on. Let's send this squad. We should probably check underneath those elevators too, but let's do this the speedy way. I don't do this too often, but we'll send people as a squad. It's definitely not as efficient. You're more likely to waste time units running around, getting stuck behind people. But it's definitely faster. Alright, we saved a few time units. Not a lot. I think I'll send this group down. This is squad 2. We'll send them underground next turn to have a look. And then I've got squads 1 and 3 to check behind the doors. Alright, no aliens or no cultists yet, at least. So let's start this adventure off by reminding them, the cultists, who's boss. And I mean that basically by blowing up all their stuff. It's the only way to show them who's in charge. Alright, so who's up? Pixel, you're up first. Good luck, friend. Try not to die. Alright, no cultists within immediate view. And no cultists around the corner? No. Take another look. Alright, it looks pretty empty down here. I probably won't split him up too much further from his squad. I would be surprised if there was very many enemies this close. Obviously, like the last mission, sometimes it happens, but not too often. Also, I'm thinking, just to increase our chances as high as we can, let's really do this door breach thing as optimally as possible. All 6 characters will have full-time units on the next turn. Rather than, you know, you start at 59, by the time you even get through the door, you're down to half of it or something. This is the part where I'm being overly cautious, but, I don't know, I'm trying to put on a good show here without getting everyone killed. Alright, then these 4... I'm not sure what we're going to do with these 4 yet. I might blow a hole through this wall with a grenade if we need to. We might head down if we need it. We're getting all kinds of emails in the background if you're hearing my cool little notification sound. Don't worry about that too much. Alright, one more end turn for prep, and then we attack. Okay, let's start up here at the top, right by the edge of the map. Alright, we've got ourselves some sort of office room. Open office. It's open concept. It's the end of the map again. So if there's no enemies here, they're almost assuredly on the other corner. Looking pretty empty. Sometimes it's worth checking up here because they might be hiding here. Possibly. Doesn't happen very often in my experience, but come on. Sometimes the fog of war just, you know, you'd think, Mr. C, that you could see over this table. I'll show myself out. It's terrible. Alright, well, there's probably not much else in this room then. Unless it was really hiding and Mr. C could not. So there's a little room underneath. Luckily, my friend and yours, Cephalion, could see this little section. So I think this group, we're probably not going to get a whole lot done with. I might as well send one around this corner just in case. Just to clear some more angles. I can't. There's no way. There's no way you're going to find anything else down that way. Alright, this is where the excitement's going to happen then. It's going to be through this door. Here we go. There they are. Anything to the side? Oh, this is like a... Okay, I know where we are. Okay, so there's quite a few in this room. Who's got that laser sniper rifle? Anyone good at long range? This is like your chance to shine if you've got a laser sniper rifle, and I could find what group you're in. This one. Alright, well, maybe. You're like right here. Door will open. Alright, let's see this laser sniper rifle shine. It does laser damage. It takes 13 time units for an average aim shot. Let's try to take this guy down because he's got the bigger looking gun in my experience. The accuracy does not look amazing, so maybe we'll take a kneel first. And then maybe we've got some chance. Still only like 2 shots. Miss. And I have no idea. Maybe a hit. I guess they took some counter shots. I actually have no idea if we're hitting here. Because the camera keeps running away. I think we might have hit because he kind of freaked out, but that was not good. Well, laser sniper rifle is not off to a great success so far. Not off to a great start, I would say. Alright, well, you know what? When lasers don't work, clearly explosions are the way to go. Right? You guys won't argue with that. And also, it opens the room up, which is probably good. I really enjoy opening with the explosives, especially when the enemies are right against a wall, because you can hardly miss. You always hit something. There's been a lot of screaming I can hear in the background. Still got a couple shots left. Maybe aim this way. Running away. Look at that! So, like, we fired the projectile. It traveled a couple tiles, and the enemy moved into cover while the projectile was in transit. Man, these guys, they got good reflexes. Alright, let's throw some more explosive ammo that way. I like to soften them up. Need more softening. No line of fire. Fire anyway. Then fire anyway. Make line of sight. Still, I guess it's this little pillar there. Just blow it all up. Not particularly effective. I guess I should have taken like 1 step forward and then I could probably hit this one. Nope. Nope. Okay, I gotta say, the accuracy on Katie here was not terribly impressive. Not the best. We really have to do something about all these enemies in there. Alright, how many time units are we gonna have left if we run in there with machine guns blasting? Hopefully enough to kill a couple. Oh boy, there's a lot over there. Okay, noob, change of plan. We're going to open with actually a grenade instead, because this is a lot of enemies all bunched up. And the best way to say hello is with a grenade that gets... You failed to throw a grenade over a bench. It's hard to vouch for you guys when you fail to throw grenades over small benches. What are we in? Like grade 2? At least you killed one. Alright, you got credit. Rodica, you definitely killed one. You're better against aliens than humans. That's the story. Alright, any more grenades in here that do more than tickle the benches? I still would like one really good AP grenade. Just right in here somewhere where they all blow up and die. Just anywhere over there. You hit this pillar. You could have thrown it anywhere around. Who is this? Hector? There's all these good areas to land a grenade. You threw it at the wall. Alright, well, you've got one other type of grenade. You're going to also use this. This is your second chance at throwing... Come on. Then, well, I mean... I'm pretty sure I clicked, like, right here, and you overthrew a bit, but... It could have been worse. It could have been worse. This skirmish is not going according to plan. Alright, well, we've got like 2 left, huh? Alright, so, yeah. Oh, you don't have any stun grenades. That's fine. I don't care. I need to see something die here. Seriously. I have no idea how that worked. Apparently the pillar ate the grenade's explosion instead of just... Something is very fishy here. Hey, that was a double kill there. I didn't even mean that. I'll take it. Well, what are we down to? One might fall unconscious. These two probably won't. This guy's probably safe. Not great. Maybe right here we can throw a grenade. Alright, no stun grenades because I haven't reset everyone's... I need this grenade to land, like, right here. Yeah, come on. That's better. Now, it didn't kill them, so that's a negative. Oh, there's actually two there. Sheesh. So many cultists here. Well, why don't we take some... This guy's sort of standing out in the open. Actually, that's pretty good shooting. Who is this? Sotaraz. Not bad. Relatively long-range machine gun. He hit quite a few times. That's... You know, more than I would have expected. Alright, so... We're gonna call in some reserves here and see if we can get anything else. Hopefully they've got enough time units to, like, do, like, one action from here. I think, honestly, because we hit these guys with a grenade, they must be injured somewhat. If we can also lay some stun gas down... Apparently asking too much. How much is it to throw this, anyway? 12 TU, so we can get a little bit closer. Out here should be fine. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good, good. Not great. Our grenade tossing here has not been the highlight of today's episode. Alright. That's fine. We'll try again. If at first you fail, try again. Alright, we got 25 time units. That should be enough for another grenade. This is getting a little bit desperate. How much is it for you to throw a grenade? It's sometimes different for each character. 13. Alright, so we can go to here. Yeah, we can definitely get this far in. It's primed. We throw it. I would really like it to cover this guy in gas. Okay, that blew up on top of the table, so then the Z level kind of below the table got less of a circle, but it's better than nothing. This guy's the one least in the gas. Wow, this one too. Dang it. We've got one left. This is gonna be interesting. If, by chance, they've got a rocket launcher in there, which this guy might have. I don't know. I don't know if that's a laser sniper or a rocket launcher. They could definitely cause some problems. I'm gonna try to smoke that guy at the end. We're looking at 11 time units. That's as far as we can run. And then throw as far as you can. I think it still went around. We actually hit the pillar, but I think everybody's basically covered. So what I'm gonna do now, again, we're gonna be using a lot of grenades here because things are getting a little bit crazy. But we're gonna throw down smoke on ourselves. Now, it might actually push some of the gas around, which kind of made a mistake. But what my thinking here is if they can't see us, they'll try to run closer or get line of sight. And that means they run through their smoke, which, I mean, that was the idea. Obviously, there might be a couple flaws here. That was about where, that was kind of the spread I wanted on it. I don't suppose anyone else would be close enough to help. I mean, I have sort of forgot about Pixel down here. Let's see if he can get in there far enough to maybe do something. Well, try to re-gas over that way. We're just throwing gas everywhere at this point. I just don't trust taking like 1 or 2 shots. Like, it's just not that much. So he needs 13. It's exactly 13. Alright, well. Re-smoking these two. Especially this guy that I'm worried about. Alright, that was good. Just, I know I'm back and forth, smoke, 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 smoke. Alright, well, assuming people don't all die, let's run a couple more reserves over for next turn. And I guess we better find out what happens. Alright, good luck, everybody. Unconscious, unconscious, unconscious. So far, pretty good success. I didn't hear any shots at all, which is definitely good. All this gas is definitely working out. Just spam the gas grenades, you'll be fine. Really? Okay, this guy's still up, but he didn't shoot. He may have actually fallen unconscious and then woken back up or something. Wow. That was actually... I was sure someone was going to die, honestly. Alright, who is this? Rodica, you're just the closest, so you get the luck of the draw here. Done? Not done yet. There could be more hiding down this way. We'll have a look here with Leroy. He likes running off up front on his own, I hear. Alright, well I don't see anything back here, so... If there are more enemies, which, well, there must be, they might actually be underground. Or hidden in some weird corner. Anyway, say goodbye to that. And say goodbye to that. Say goodbye to this. Say goodbye to that. I just like blowing up the curtains, come on, you can't blame me. Alright, well, unless I'm really blind, and the smoke does make you blinder, I don't see anybody standing down here. Oh! Wow. Right behind us, all along. This kid was studying the blade. Alright, who is this? So, let's have Hector. Actually, you know what? Is there any rookies nearby? It is nice to give rookies these easy kills. Yeah. Alright, sniper rifle. 6 time units, eh? How close can we get to actually get a reasonable shot? Well, you'll get 3 shots. You might be able to get a kill. Did not kill. It's a difficult job killing stuff with laser sniper rifles. They're really not that good. Alright. That went well. I mean, I was worried there for a little bit, but I think we've got a good victory. Good job, team. A couple new people got to get some action. Head on home, see the spoils of war. I don't think anyone took any injuries or anything. Like, honestly, other than spending a bunch of grenades, that was a pretty effective raid, really. So, let's see. We have another law. We have 3 of the enemies had law pistols. Waste of my time. We might have gotten 1 or 2 machine guns. I never know exactly how many I have. We definitely got another sniper rifle. They're really not very good, though. Hopefully that helped to demonstrate to you guys how not good they are. One of them had plasma pistols. One of them had a heavy rocket launcher. 2 cyclones, not bad. Not a ton of money, but better than nothing. It could have been worse. I mean, 13,000 is some money. It's not amazing tons of money, but better than nothing. Alright. Well, guys, this is definitely the end of the episode. I'm going to do, like, one more raid, I think. I'm going to do some equipment. I have to do some equipping off camera. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time making sure everyone's got the grenades they're supposed to have. And I'm going to have to actually spread out some stun grapples so that we can actually capture more stuff on the alien missions, because it's time to capture stuff. And I want to make sure everyone's got the full suite of grenades in case they've ran out. And some people might want some guns. You know who you are if you didn't get a gun. Taylor? Was that? Yeah, that's one of ours. It looks like a normal name, so it throws me off. Anyway, let's end the episode here. I'll probably do like one raid in between episodes, because I would like to build a base for next episode, and I don't have anywhere close to enough money. So, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I know some people might think I'm cheating a little bit by doing all these raids, but my logic is get it done early, get a good start, and then we won't have to worry about that kind of stuff later on, and we'll have a you know, it'll still be difficult, don't get me wrong. The enemies are still going to have all kinds of crazy tech and UFOs, but at least we'll have a nice solid foundation, and then we can speed through it quicker later on. At least that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, yeah, that's all for today. I'll probably, definitely gonna do some re-equipping, and I might do 1 or 2 raids and try to find a good place to start a base number 2. We'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and all that, and see you there.